James from Digital Camera World is back on the sofa here in the Burst Mode studio from the photography show, and you brought some interesting gear from our friends at Joby. What have you got?
So I think the first thing I'm super excited about is these, the Joby BMOs. Now the BMO comes in two varieties. We've got the Joby BMO and we've got the Joby BMO Mini.
Okay.
So form factor wise, they look fairly similar, but the Mini is, as you would expect, more mini than the standard version. They both come with the sort of diffusion soft caps there, so you can soften the light if you so choose. So each one of these has a slightly different special feature. The standard BMO, indicated by a little icon on the back, can charge wirelessly. Whoa,
okay. There are other kind of small lighting products available. I've seen similar ones, but none of them does the wireless charging.
That's
trick.
right. So both of these have very similar capabilities in a lot of respects to other similar products. But this one's sort of killer feature is the fact it can charge wirelessly. And this one has a special party trick, which is, as indicated by the icon on the back, it is magnetic.
Hey.
So if you're out and about on a shoot and there's nowhere to put your tripod or put your lights, or you don't have a voice-operated boom, which is otherwise known as an assistant, you can just whack this on a metal surface and it sticks there. So the other really cool thing about these, which as we know, there is a very similar product around, but these have dual cold shoes. And that serves a couple of purposes. First of all, if you do have something like a Joby GorillaPod, that means that you can instantly whack it onto a GorillaPod. So then you can mount your lights wherever you like. It does also have a standard screw thread. There it is. So you can do the normal business as well. But because it's got these dual cold shoes, it gives you the ability to sort of daisy chain a number of these. So you can create an LED panel by putting a bunch of these together to increase the output. It also, because it's got the dual cold shoes, when you've got something like the Joby Wavo, which we'll come on to in a moment. So now all of a sudden, you can create an all-in-one, if you don't pull the shoe completely off, an all-in-one interviewing and vlogging solution.
Now that is really handy. Like you say, we'll come to the microphone in a moment, but just back to these lights. For anyone who hasn't used these small form factor lights before, how do you use them? How have you seen them being used in the field?
So the thing is, the thing about them is you can use them any way you want. So if you do want bare light, sort of without any kind of modification, this probably isn't going to register very well on camera, but the light is adjustable, so a number of stops, so you can have it super bright. Obviously the bigger one is more powerful than the smaller one, but they're both pretty powerful. They're overpowered by the studio lights here, obviously. So you've got that bare light. You can also diffuse it for much softer light. So that is what you'd want to do if you're using it on camera.
And put some color filters on there as well. And I've seen them used just to light up backgrounds, add a bit of color, a bit of variety.
Absolutely. And again, something that's magnetic. If you're in a location, you want, oh, just stick that on the ceiling or on the roof. And then you've got sort of maybe that would be more horror lighting, but you know what I mean. You can create some lighting around the place. Of course, they're both waterproof as well, down to 30 feet. So that means if you are shooting on location, if you drop one, which does happen on shoots, you know it's going to be okay, but also means you can create some like effective lighting from underwater surfaces or behind. You know, you can use them in a lot of situations. If you use it with a system that's weather sealed, then you don't have to worry about where you are when you're shooting your kit. You don't have to stop when the rain starts.
And because they take up so little space in your kit bag, and they're adaptable, you can be so creative with them. It's almost, you should have one with you wherever you're doing whatever you're going, because you never know when you're going to need that little extra kick of light.
Very much. I think they are the sort of thing there's no excuse not to have on your bag. Kind of like a GorillaPod, really. They're so discreet. You just keep it in your bag because there's no reason not to.
Terrific stuff. Right, so that's lighting sorted out. Very important part of stills and video. The other important part of video, 50, 75%, whoever you listen to, is audio. And Joby's got something for us here as well in the shape of this.
The Wavo, Joby Wavo. So this is targeted. So as you can see, it's super compact, super lightweight. If we ignore the fact that we can have lighting, if we pop this on, so this is just a micro four thirds camera, which is obviously as small as interchangeable lens cameras go. So you've got there a very discreet little rig. And the fact that it is so small and so lightweight caters to people who use smaller and lighter kits, but also for those who shoot using their phones, which is something that does happen more and more these days. So for that reason, it's not a pro spec, pro grade singing and dancing microphone. It doesn't have any inputs here because it's not designed for that purpose. It's designed to give you quick and easy plug and play. Literally, you don't have to worry about putting a battery in this thing or keeping it charged up. You whack it on your kit and you're ready to roll.
Sure, but I mean, you say it's not a professional device, but it does have one of the main features that you need from a microphone, particularly when it's going to be mounted on a camera, is the isolation. It's got one of those Rycote shock mounts, really, and that's going to absorb a lot of the handling noise that you might get if you're fiddling around on a camera. And in terms of outputs on here, keeping it simple, but with a 3.5mm jack that covers a multitude of sins, really, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So it comes with 2 of these in the box. So 2 sets of cables, they look identical, but as an astute fellow such as yourself will notice, they have different numbers of.
Yeah, exactly. So this cable here has got the 4 poles on the one side. Typically that's what you would see with a smartphone. And it's got the 3 poles here. That there is what you would see on a camera, the stereo input for a camera. So this one here would take you from the microphone into a smartphone, and then with 3 poles on both ends, that's what you would need to go into one of those. There we go. So a couple of fantastic products there from Joby. Lighting, really interested by that. And this here, can't wait to do an audio quality test on this as well and just see how much extra it brings to the image for such a lightweight bit of kit. Thanks for bringing them in, James.
Thank you for having me, sir.